This is our review of the Yamaha P-225 digital piano. Out of the box comes with a sustain pedal, power supply, and a plastic sheet music stand that inserts to the back of the machine. It has great internal speakers which provide a really full sound into the room. Everything's configurable here, but you have the basic buttons to turn them on or off for metronome and rhythm, as well as record and play and stop. And then you've got the different voices like piano, E-piano, organ, and the variations underneath those. And these advanced controls are labeled here because these keys with other key combinations actually control other features. And these two headphone jacks down in front are really handy for practicing or playing a duet with another person. Gives you the benefit of the headphones and you can share that with somebody else. It does have a 1/4-inch headphone jack on the unit, so you're going to need an adapter if you've got a 3.5 millimeter, and I'll link to those below. But it's super nice to be able to practice in private again. I always wondered what it sounded like to other people in the house when I played with headphones on. It has two stereo speakers on the back, which are really nice, and you can actually pipe in music through Bluetooth if you want to just make them speakers. And then the rear panel has the USB to host. Optional 3-pedal unit, which is a nice option to have. It's more like a traditional piano. A sustain, and then the aux out left and right, and the power supply. So I wanted to highlight the keyboard to see the size of it up against my Yamaha upright acoustic, because there's some other videos on YouTube that explain the compact action that's in the new P-225, but be not afraid, these keys are full-sized. I started to get concerned that the keys might have been smaller. Pretty cool. If you had an old upright that didn't work, you could actually take it apart and put this inside of it. Probably sound pretty good too with the speakers on the back. When you select a voice, which is what Yamaha calls their sounds, you're selecting a group. So when I select piano, I get the grand piano sound from Yamaha. But there's another button on there called variations. So for any voice that you have selected, you just tap it 1, 2, or 3 more times and a variation light turns on, and it gives you just slightly different sounding instrument for the one you have selected. There's also an option to layer 2 different voices or instruments by clicking down on both of them at the same time. Here I've layered piano and string. Alternatively, you can split the keyboard in half and have strings in the left hand, piano in the right hand, for example. So this is a dynamic rhythm patterns. It consists of drums and a bass accompaniment. When you turn it on, it starts the drums, and when you touch the keyboard with both hands, the bass accompaniment kicks in. You're probably going to want to do is connect it to your computer, iPad, tablet, or phone. You need a USB Type B male to a USB A, B, or C, whatever you have for device cable. It doesn't come with that, and I'll link to the one that I have below if you need it. But once you plug it in, the computer recognizes it immediately. And there it is. It's the P series. The P series is Yamaha's name for this line. Not to be confused with the P value from college statistics, but it shows up right away. So the last thing to touch on is just a quick comparison of what it sounds like coming out of the digital versus what it comes out of the analog. If you like this video, please hit the like button to help with the algorithms, or hit the bell button to be notified when more come out. So the likes are many. It has tons and tons of features, but it's very approachable. You can just sit down and play it without any thought involved. I love the built-in recording, and the sound is fantastic. On the a little less than love slash dislike side, it does take a user manual to really get to know the interface and the many options. It's a pro that it's highly configurable, but it's also kind of a con if you look at, it's not the easiest thing to navigate when the keys have hidden meaning and you have to look at a book to know, which key to hit with which other key. When you're ready to play, it doesn't get in your way. It's inventively uncomplicated while at the same time very complex and capable, as long as you have the user manual handy.